Seiko is the king of regional limited editions. The Japanese brand just loves to share the love, giving each market around the world watches that make the others envious. Australia, being a relatively small market globally, is often overlooked by major watchmakers when it comes to regional exclusives, but not by Seiko, which has long offered Aussies and Kiwis a wide variety of exciting limited editions across all its major product lines, Seiko 5 to Prospex and even Grand Seiko. That brings us to the topic of today's review, the SRPM04K Kame, an Australasian limited edition that's inspired by one of Australia's most beautiful destinations and is the latest watch in Seiko's Save the Ocean series, which...
Alright guys, buckle up because today we're diving into a watch that's already blowing up the Aussie watch scene, and honestly I get why. Seiko just dropped this SRPM04K Kame, and look, this thing is supposed to be a laid-back, tropical, save the reef, good vibes only diver. But the second you see the gold bezel and that blue to green punch of a dial that we're looking at, well, yeah, that hits harder than you'd expect. And trust me, I've got some thoughts. Some of you are going to call this the best Seiko turtle in years, and others are going to say it's overhyped. And I am reacting to a reviewer who's already calling it an Australasian knockout. But I'm not just co-signing. Oh no. I'm coming in with my own take on the pros, the flaws, and the hype. And yeah, the parts Seiko doesn't want us talking about. So if you're into bold limited editions, conservation tie-ins, and what it actually means and how it means something, a watch that really tries really hard to look more expensive than it is, well then you're in the right place. Smash that like button, hit subscribe to Chronosapien, and let's watch this time and tide watch video uninterrupted.
Supports ocean conservation. Like a number of previous Save the Ocean limited editions, the SRPM04K is based on the popular Seiko Turtle case design, which was first introduced in 1976 with the 6309 series of dive watches, and revived in 2016 with the SRP nomenclature. Measuring up at 45mm in diameter, with a crown at 4 o'clock, enveloped by beefy, rounded lugs, it's a tough and time-honoured tool watch design that nevertheless wears smaller than its diameter might suggest. While its lugs aren't quite as stubby as the 6309s, it only measures 48mm lug to lug, and subtly hugs the wrist, meaning smaller wrists are by no means sized out here. The SRPM04K Kame dials up the classiness factor a little though, with a gold-toned bezel, which is topped by a blue and green bi-colour bezel insert, which in turn frames a blue and green fume dial. Seiko says that gold bezel is meant to mirror the radiant hues of it.
Hold up, pause that, because this is exactly where my opinion splits from the original reviewer. Yes, the Fitzroy Island inspiration is gorgeous. Yes, the gold bezel reflecting the turtle turquoise sunlight shell is a cool story, but let's keep it real. Not everyone can pull off a gold and turquoise diver. And with only 1,000 pieces, this could either be a flex or a regret of expenditure, depending on your wrist and your wardrobe. But that is undeniably solid. And as far as that goes, would be the 4R36 200 meter resistance in water and the included silicone strap. Those are the things that are actually going to be something you use and feel day to day. So while the story tells about the watch and really focuses on selling it, the specs really save this watch. And all right, back to the clip.
A turtle shell in the sunlight. More on that in a second. The colour scheme of the Kame is inspired by Fitzroy Island, a slice of tropical paradise southeast of Cairns in North Queensland that's renowned for its stunning natural beauty and pristine coral beaches. Situated right in the middle of the Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef system and one of the most biologically diverse environments on the planet, Fitzroy Island's crystal clear shallows shift from a soft turquoise to a deep emerald and vibrant blue. It's fair to say that Fitzroy Island is one of the most beautiful locations in Australia and potentially the world. It's also a centre for marine conservation. In particular, the island is home to the Cairns Turtle Rehabilitation Centre, a volunteer-operated, non-profit organisation dedicated to the rehabilitation of sick and injured marine turtles. As the CTRC explains, the Great Barrier Reef is home to 6 of the world's 7 species of marine turtles, a number of which are seriously threatened by a diverse range of natural, and more significantly, human-induced factors. As part of the brand's global Save the Ocean initiative, Seiko Australia has a long-standing partnership with the CTRC, and this is where the SRPM04K comes in. As part of this partnership, Seiko has adopted a rehabilitating turtle named Kame, and a portion of every sale of this limited edition watch will be donated directly to the CTRC. Kame, of course, is Japanese for turtle, so actually the watch is named after this specific turtle. And it's highly appropriate then this limited edition takes the form of a Seiko turtle, with that nickname originally sticking because the watch's case looks like a turtle shell. So, just as Kame the real-life turtle can dive to great depths, the SRPM04K is water resistant to 200 meters, and is powered by Seiko's 4R36 movement, offering an automatically wound 41-hour power reserve, a day-date function, and hacking seconds. The watch comes with 2 different strap options, a 3-link steel bracelet with a folding clasp, as well as an additional turquoise silicone strap with steel keepers. The dedication to the aquatic theme is admirable here. Maybe it's just because I'm an Aussie, but I appreciate that in all of their Australasian limited editions, Seiko really tries to capture elements of Australian nature. But here's a question for anyone who's not Australian. Are such overtly Aussie inspirations still appealing to you? Do they make you want to buy a watch more, or are you more influenced by the substance of these designs? Let me know in the comments. I think regardless of whether you're an Australian or not, these blue, green and turquoise tones look great on a Seiko dive watch, and that pop of gold complements them surprisingly well, and really evokes the sun-soaked, beachy vibes of Fitzroy Island. But beyond good looks, Seiko deserves kudos for its ongoing support of marine conservation. For a brand so synonymous with dive watches, it only makes sense for them to help protect our oceans. As I've already mentioned, the Seiko Prospect C SRPM04K Kame, to use its full name, is exclusively available in Australia and New Zealand, and is a limited edition of 1,000 individually numbered pieces. As of publishing, it's available in Seiko boutiques, with online pre-orders to be dispatched from the 17th of November 2025. You'll find a complete list of specs in the description of this video.
Alright, so after taking in that full review and breaking it down myself, here's the verdict. The Seiko SRPM04K Kame isn't just another limited edition slapped together with a fancy dial and a feel-good backstory. This one actually backs its style with substance, a solid movement, and a legit dive capability. So it also has thoughtful detailing and a conservative angle that isn't just marketing fluff. And it's got personality. It's not just presence, but it has presence. And whether you love the color combo or think it's too bold, you cannot call it boring. And that being said, personally, I think it's pretty exciting. Is it something that I would buy? I don't know. I think the silicone bracelet, or a silicone strap rather, goes with it better than the steel bracelet. And as far as that goes, it's a solid offering, and it's pretty unique that you could only purchase it in Australia and New Zealand. I think that makes it somewhat special. So if you want more raw, no BS reactions like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below telling me what you think. The Kame is a must-have or a pass. This channel lives on your takes, your energy, and your chaos in the comments, so bring it. All right,